Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabi. I welcome you to Cells, Tissues, and Organs Part 2. Bingo! So without wasting any of our time, let's go directly to our quiz. A gene that causes cancer. A. Callus. B. Mutagen. C. Oxygen. D. Organelle. And the answer is C. Oncogene. Found beneath the epidermis. Connective tissue with elastic fibers. Contains sensory, excretory organs, etc. Or outer layer or covering of plant. A. Intercellular. B. Dermal tissue. C. Intracellular. D. Epidermis. And the answer is B. Dermal tissue. Controls activity of cells. Contains genetic material or what we call chromatin threads or chromosomes. It is passed on to future generations. May contain nuclei which function in protein synthesis. A. Cell wall. B. Cytoplasm. C. Nucleus. D. Vacuole. And the answer is C. Nucleus. A microscope that uses electrons instead of light to magnify objects, capable of multiplication of 300,000 and higher magnifications. Two types, same, which electrons refracted from surface of the object and photographed, and the team where electrons passed through object and photographed. A. Electron microscope. B. Binocular. C. Light microscope. D. Telescope. The answer is A. Electron microscope. Spherical body found in nucleus of non-dividing cells. Functions in protein synthesis. A. Granum. B. Mitochondrion. C. Nucleolus. D. Lamella. And the answer is C. nucleolus. Protective cells on the outside of an organism. A. Cell plate. B. Epidermis. C. Dermal tissue. D. Cell wall. And the answer is B. Epidermis. A substance or agent capable of causing or bringing about a mutation. Example, ultraviolet light, radiation, X-rays, and certain chemicals. A. Tissue culture. B. Colors. C. Mutagen. D. Somatic cell. And the answer is C. Mutagen. Organelle found in all cells has a double membrane with fold called crystal, matrix medium in between. Surface of crystal and matrix contain enzymes involved in respiration, that is in the Krebs cycle. The number of these in a cell depends on the cell activity. For example, high numbers in cells of muscles, nerves, liver, and in meristems. A. Ground tissue. B. Mitochondrion. C. Nucleolus. D. Nucleus. And the answer is B. Mitochondrion. A primary tissue of cells found on surfaces, lining tubules and ducts of glands. A. Dermal tissue. B. Intracellular. C. Intercellular. D. Epithelial cells. And the answer is epithelial tissue. Thin layer of plate-like structure separating two plant cells. It is formed from the cell plate laid down during telophase of mitosis. A. Lumen. B. Phospholipid. C. Middle lamella. D. Epithelial tissue. And the answer is C. Middle lamella. Cell that has a membrane-bound nucleus. It may also have membrane-bound mitochondria and or chloroplasts. A. Chloroplast. B. Eukaryotes. C. Prokaryotes. D. Somatic cell. And the answer is B. Eukaryote. Structure formed by amoeboid when they ingest food by surrounding it with pseudopodia. It contains the food and a small quantity of external water. A. Vacuole. B. Ground tissue. C. Food vacuole. D. Protoplasm. And the answer is C. Food vacuole. A passageway or activity within a tubule or cell. A. Cytosol. B. Callus. C. Lumen. D. Vacuole. And the answer is C. Lumen. Found in chloroplasts, stocked in piles like coins. It is here that the light stage or phase of photosynthesis takes place. A. Granum. B. Organelle. C. Chloroplast. D. Vacuole. And the answer is A. Granum. Inside or within cells. A. Cytoplasm. B. Intracellular. C. Cell. D. Intercellular. And the answer is B. Intracellular. Living plant cells making the soft part of leaves, e.g. the pith, cortex, and spongy tissue. Thin-walled and contain a vacuole, may contain chloroplast for photosynthesis or other plastids for food storage. They function in food and waste storage, photosynthesis, and also give strength and support. A. Protoplasm. B. Granum. C. Ground tissue. D. Organelles. And the answer is C. Ground tissue. Between or among cells. A. Tissue. B. Intercellular. C. Ground tissue. D. Intracellular. And the answer is intercellular. Dear friends, thank you very much for participating in cells, tissues, and organs part 2. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. I'm Joshua Mugabi. Bye bye for now.